Good morning. It is January the 10th, Saturday. Sure, I think it's the 10th. It's the 10th. Today we're going to be doing a 2026 reset. And this was my first full week back at work. And I had so many things on my to-do list at work. And coming home, I did not stay on top of things that needed to get done. And so I just want to make a lot of progress today, just getting everything back on track, catching up on chores, and setting myself up for a good week. And I just enjoy being in a more orderly house than where it is right now. And it's not terrible, but it's not where I want it to be. So this morning, I've started a load of laundry. I had breakfast. I had some blueberry pancakes with some coffee. I uploaded a social media digital declutter video for you guys. That's currently still processing for some reason. It should be done by now. Anywho, and it's a cloudy day. It's going on 9 o'clock-ish. And it's a cloudy, gloomy day. So we're going to get up, get moving so that I don't get bogged down by the clouds. There are a handful of things that I really need to get done today, so I'm going to make a list of all of my hopes and dreams for the day. So first, I have a grocery order that I'm going to be picking up in about an hour or two. So we're going to get groceries, and I'll show you guys a grocery haul. Oh my goodness, did you see that? Grocery haul. I have to drop off a return, so I need to box that up, and I'll drop that off on the way to get groceries. I need to finalize my December budget, and I know it's a week past, but I need to plug in all of my purchases, make sure I got the last ones in, and then I need to do my first week's update of the January budget, and maybe I'll talk to you guys a little bit about how I budget and how I save for different things, because I've realized that over this past year I had the money I'm saving, I'm splitting it up into so many different buckets that it feels like I'm not making a lot of progress. And so I think going into this year, I'm going to focus on fewer buckets at a time. And so I will reach my goal faster on one, and then I can just move to the other and reach that goal faster, if that makes sense. Mo ran this morning, so we have vacuumed floors. I purchased some Bella belts. I don't know if you have heard of them or seen them on Instagram. There's no holes in them, which is a pet peeve of mine. I need to be able to quickly expand or tighten my belt going from standing to sitting, because I wear high-waisted pants and I don't believe it's uncomfortable, and I don't think it's good for your circulatory system to be constricting around your stomach when you're sitting, especially when I sit at a desk when I go to work. And so Bella belts you can get leather ones. They do have vegan leather ones, but I got a trio, so there's 3 different belts, and you get 2 buckles, and they're really long, and then you cut them, which has frightened me. But where you cut is where you put the buckle part on, so it's not just the end flap is this raw cut that would look really unprofessional if you were wearing it if you have a dressier outfit. So we're going to try those on and get them cut so that I can wear them. And then I actually think I need to make some edits to my grocery order for some sandwich things, and I will do that after I'm done talking to you guys. I'm gonna show you, I've made progress. I've started to finish painting my kitchen, and last weekend, I told you about this in the last video, but last weekend I only got my trim done, and that's because there was an incident. I dropped some paint that took some time and some mental energy cleaning that up. And so the hard part is done. Doing the trim work, painting around all your cabinets and that is a lot of work. And let me clarify this. I didn't paint the baseboards or the door frames or the window frames yet. This is just the wall part. The actual boards will come next. But tomorrow, Sunday after church, I plan to do the fill in the rest of the wall. And so that will be very satisfying to finally have all of my kitchen walls painted. And it's made such a difference already how bright, just going from, it's a lighter gray blue, but that room doesn't get a lot of natural light to begin with. And so going to a very slight off-white is going to be really nice. And I think it's going to look really sharp with my dark countertops and my medium dark brown cabinets. Very exciting. And I plan to be doing some cooking today for the Recipes with Ray YouTube channel. I plan to be making this delicious quiche. And if quiche doesn't sound amazing to you, it didn't to me either, but my friend made it for me. And oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. So I asked her permission. I'm like, you can say no, but I was wondering if it would be okay with you if I shared this recipe on my YouTube channel. And she's like, of course. So I'm going to be getting all the ingredients for that, and then a Swedish oatmeal. So if you guys have ever been to a corner bakery, it's similar to an overnight oats. So it's cold oatmeal, has yogurt and fruit and nuts in it. And I just remember being so delicious. So I found a copycat recipe and we're going to try that out. But going back to the quiche, I'll always go back to the quiche. You serve it at room temperature or cold. And it's such an easy thing to make ahead, and it's such a satisfying snack or lunch to satisfying lunch to take to work. And I may talk to you guys about I don't do New Year's resolutions. Last year and this year I have a New Year's intention, which is actually something that I started before the new year, and because I think any time is a good time to pivot to something that is growing and developing and bettering you, and not having to wait for the new year. But going into a new year is a good time for that as well. Let's start with I'm gonna finish my coffee, and then I'll bring you with me. We'll get ready for the day, wash my face, put some daytime clothes on, and we will get into things. We're in the car. The dog is with us. I have my return boxed up. My Aldi order is ready to pick up, so we're going to stop at the UPS store. I need to stop at my other grocery store because I need one Granny Smith apple for the Swedish oatmeal, and I don't want a whole bag of Granny Smith apples from Aldi. So we'll get my one apple, and then we'll go pick up the groceries, and then we'll be home for the day, and here we go. So, got back from the store. We got some dog food because my subscription to the dog's food I haven't honed in yet, and so I need to adjust it 1 week. So this is just to tie us over. I have some pie crusts for the quiche, some eggs for the quiche. I have one single Granny Smith apple for the Swedish oatmeal, white cheddar for the quiche, yellow cheddar for everyday use. I got some chicken thighs, but I forgot frozen veggies that I wanted to make stir fry, so I may have to run back to the store. Maybe not tonight, maybe tomorrow after church. I was out of dishwasher detergent. The mayo is for sandwiches, but also the quiche. Oranges are in season right now. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, January, February, the end of December, they're very flavorful. Milk, flour, some bread. I may or may not make homemade bread. I got bread for sandwiches. My homemade bread I don't care to use for the sandwiches. Some blueberries and strawberries, really just to garnish the Swedish oatmeal. The cherry tomatoes and the green onion are also for the quiche, but the green onion can work too for the stir fry. Oh, they forgot my iceberg lettuce. I'm gonna have to... Okay, I should have iceberg lettuce, but I don't. It is what it is. The Roma tomatoes are for sandwiches. All right, put the groceries away. I attempted, so it's kind of rainy this morning, and the dog usually likes to go for WALK in the morning, and then she gets all antsy and needs attention if we don't, and we haven't. So in an attempt to kind of stimulate her brain, I put her breakfast kibble in a towel, rolled it up and put it in a knot, and she does not know what that is. So that was hopefully somewhat stimulating. Did you put a little hole in the towel? Yes, it's fine. It's an older beach towel. It is what it is. I can sew it, patch it, use it as it is, whatever. She needed help. Maybe we'll try it again someday. We'll see. Because she just wanted to chew through to where she could smell that there was food. Either way, we got that sorted. I had lunch. I had an early lunch because pancakes don't keep me full very long, as you may expect. They do have Greek yogurt and oatmeal in them, but they don't keep me full very long. Started the dishwasher. I was very surprised that the detergent was actually orange instead of clear. And I don't need my dish soap to smell good. I actually don't want my dish soap to smell like anything, but it is what it is. I often get the little packets, the pods from Aldi, but it was $4 for a bag of, 18, and then it was $4 or $5, and that's $4 or $5 for that whole jug of liquid detergent. So we'll see. I don't have a steady detergent that I go with. The third load of laundry, I just started in the washer. I'm going to have lots to fold tonight. But now I'm going to clean the bathroom, not the shower. The shower, I use the bathroom wet and forget, and you spray it on after you take a shower. So that will wait until tonight, tomorrow, whenever I take a shower next. But I am overdue for cleaning the sink, the vanity, the shelves, and the toilet. So let's do that. Okay, so I just finished updating I finished out my December budget, which I usually do closer, like right after the end of the month, but you know, we got there. And then I put in all of January's transactions so far, everything that I've spent. And I usually plan out the next month before the previous month ends. And so when I was out of town for Christmas, I remember I was putting something in a transaction. I'm like, let me just do January. And it's kind of, for me, it's exciting because a budget isn't a jail. It's you telling your money where to go and you taking responsibility and ownership of what's coming in and what's going out and where it's going out. The thing is too, some people have a hard time with groceries. They're like, I always spend more in groceries than I plan to. And I'm like, well, one, maybe you honestly need to put more money into your grocery budget, or two, be more intentional about planning and not buying those extra things. And that can go for any of your budgets, any of your budget items. And so, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, let's see how many things that I'm saving for. Well, here's one thing. So I bought this house just over 2 years ago, and there's little things that I've slowly been trying to update. So curtains, paint, little accessories here and there. And I think the last few things that I can think of right now that are small that I'll be purchasing are maybe one more gallon of paint for painting. Well, should be one more gallon of paint for painting trim. But I mean, I still have thoughts on maybe I want to paint the baseboards and the window frames, trim. You know what I'm talking about. In my bedrooms, I definitely want to do it in the kitchen. And so there's a little bit of money that I put towards like home updates each month. There are a couple outside projects that I would like to do that are more expensive, and depending on who I can get to do them, could be lots of money. And so I've been slowly like trying to save money in that area. And then there's like a general future fund for new car, new investment, new, I don't know, business initiative, whatever the case may be. Just wanting to, like, I have an emergency fund, but that for me needs to stay separate from potential future purchases if opportunities arise that I want to spend money on. And then I have house repairs and updates, which I have heard that you should expect to spend about 1% of your home's purchase price, market value, each year in repairs. And so that fund has dropped from last year because of repairs and updates and maintenance that I did last year. And so in order to keep building or keep up my fund, instead of like here's the thing, do I max it out in a month or two or 2 or 4 months? Or do I just put aside a smaller amount each month? And if I need it, I need it. If I don't, I don't. And so now that I'm thinking about it, I have my emergency fund. If the furnace goes out, I have my emergency fund. And so I think what I'm going to do is slowly rebuild my house repairs and updates fund throughout the year, so that I have more cash flow each month to put in maybe another fund. And then there's a really nice wool jacket that I would really like to have, but it's spendy. Like it's spendy. And I had the money to buy it, but I just had a hard time. I had a hard time like making the purchase, because I'm like, that's a lot of money. Like I could do other things with that money. And so I've ended up transferring money out of that fund. I still have some money there. It's not a priority right now, so I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I want to max out that fund. It's not at the top of my list. And then I have a watch fund for like a nicer, dressier watch for work, for special occasions. And that also has some money in it, but I maxed that out a year or two ago. Actually, here's the thing. 2 or 3 years ago, I bought a watch. And then it was the beginning of my YouTube journey. And so I returned it and I bought my first camera. So that fund has ebbed and flowed. But again, it's not the biggest priority for me. So the point I'm getting at is let me exaggerate the amounts that I may or may not put in for a minute, just to help you guys wrap your head around the point I'm trying to make. So if I have my big house updates fund, I have my future fund, I have my house repairs and updates fund, I have my jacket fund, and I have my watch fund. That's 5 funds. So if I were to put $100 in each one each month, that's good. You'll slowly build up. But if I put all $500 in one fund, that might max out my watch fund. It might make a big dent in my jacket fund. And then next month, I only have 4 funds that I'm looking at. And so maybe I put that $500 that I used to have into the jacket fund, and maybe that maxes out my jacket fund. So then in month 3, I only have 3 funds left. And so $500 into the other funds. And so I hope that makes sense to you. Instead of taking a whole 5 months to a year to max out 1 or 2 funds, what if you max them out faster and then you can put bigger chunks of money into the other funds? So that is my opinion on if you can do that, do that. You have your own priorities and that's understandable too. So I'm just taking a look. I also have a tax prep fund because I have an accountant do my taxes. And so I start saving for that. And again, maybe some of these things, maybe I just need to max out my tax prep fund this month and then I'm done with it. So when April comes around, or if they need to extend my return, when they submit my return, like it's ready, it's good, and I can start putting my money towards other funds. If you don't care about personal finance, I think you should care about personal finance. If personal finance doesn't excite you, it's still important. So I still think it provides value to understand your finances at least, and have an idea of where your money's going and all that jazz. So I won't bore you guys with that. I am going to take one final look at my January budget and see if I want to put bigger lumps into a single area versus spreading it out. And then I need to stand up because I don't want to get stuck in the couch. So the kitchen, before I get into cleaning, I'm going to show you anyway. I want to just show you the progress that I've made painting, which I will hopefully finish tomorrow. As you can see, this wall I've painted, this wall I have painted. I've started painting this wall. The trim doing the thing. This part I did last year. Part of it was last year. Just so I had a nice clean background for filming for recipes. But then we have around all of the cabinets up here. And then around the stove. So tomorrow, my hope and my dream is to finish painting that. And I have to see how easy or difficult it is to pull the fridge out to paint behind that. If not, I'll work it out. So what I have going on, I have some coffee heating because I would really like to make a coffee. I have a few dishes that I would like to take care of. This just finished, so I'm gonna let that air dry for a little bit. I would like to get maybe some of the fruit in order. I might get rid of that plant. I have no attachment to it. I would kind of like this table to be clear. That bottle needs to be recycled. That paper needs to be shredded. And then I brought up my vacuum because the couch really needs to be vacuumed off. And then all those little things, getting those surfaces clear will make me feel a lot better. Okay, I want to show you the belts I picked up. So like I said, Bella belts. I got the trio, so it comes in this nice box, made to move with you. Okay, so I got black, the darker brown, I don't remember the exact colors, and then the red. There's only one red. And then they have two buckle styles for women. They have a connected Venn diagram, two circles interconnected one, and I didn't love the look of that, so I just got the silver and the gold and black and brown. All of my dress pants are black or navy blue, and then the red was just a fun color that could go with the navy blue or the black. Then there's your little strappy strap. Okay, so I watched a YouTube video on how to do this, but I'm still nervous. So yes, my Christmas tree is still up. That's just how I'm feeling. Okay, so this one, this whole belt, it's very long. So it's makes these belts accessible for a lot of people. They say to measure it, basically measure it to where, and see where the end is. Measure it to where you want the end to be, because where you cut is going to be where you attach the buckle. So I'm gonna make mine, I feel weird. I don't want it too short. Like, do I want it just here? All of my pants are high-waisted. But if I make it longer, I can always cut it twice. I can cut it again. Maybe, it's been so long since I've worn a regular belt. I just fear that I'll make it too short, if that makes sense. How long should your belt be? Let me look it up. All right, so they used to include guidelines on the inside, like lines on the inside of the belt, but they stopped doing that. So part of me thinks like it should be long enough to go into the first or second loop, and you can gradually cut your belt. So I'm gonna start longer because I really think it'll end up being shorter, but I'm nervous. So I'm gonna cut right about here. I'm gonna cut right about here. So you just have to make sure you cut straight, because here, look at the end. The end of it is already cut straight. This feels so wrong, guys. It feels so wrong. Okay, that was scary. And then, so I have my extra long belt at the moment, and they have these notches on the inside, so you can, that's why there's no holes. And you, here, come close. Can you see? You flip this open. Oh, that's easy. You insert the end of your belt, and it has these little prongs there. You pop it closed, and then hear that clicking? Oh, bless. So there we have it. There's my belt. That's really cool. Yeah, I definitely have extra. I can definitely cut off more. And maybe all of my pants sit around this height. I think I might cut off another inch. Okay, now how do we take it off? There's something about, hold on. Gently pull on the lever on the side of the belt. Let me pull, oh, this lever? This lever, there's a little lever. Can you see it? There's a lever here that you push on and it will slide right out. It's like a new toy. Okay, so then if I want to shorten it, you just pop this open. I'm gonna cut off an inch. There you go. Wow. So then you can, oh yeah. Oh, I shouldn't even be worried. I forgot you have your little loop holder. So you don't really have to worry as much. Why do I not know where this is supposed to go? Why do I feel like I forgot how to wear a belt? So then, there you go. Does it look weird with this on there when the flappy flap is all the way back there? Kind of. You don't have to use this. You don't have to use your little belt loop, but it's an option. And then we practice with the lever. It comes right out. Amazing. To be honest, most jeans first loop, this is really close to the button for your first loop, but anywho, neither here nor there. So these are my new belts. I feel like I really should be shortening them even more. But as you saw, it hardly takes any time to shorten them. That's that. I'll finish shortening the rest of them later. And I think eventually I'll stop being nervous and I will make them shorter than I made this one. And I'll probably end up shortening this one. But yeah, so now I have some nice dressier belts, even though I really like my other belt. It's very functional, very functional. Do you need help? These do look a lot more dressy. And Bella belts are still on sale. This is not an ad. This is literally me just finding, I was like, I am not getting a belt with holes in it because I'm just not. Like the holes, they're either a little too loose, a little too tight. I loosen my belt when I sit down, and there are other belts that work similarly to this, but this one was made, there are men's, but this one was made, they were designed specifically for women. And I kind of want to read you guys, don't mind my stuff over there, we have to clean off that countertop. So I want to tell you about Bella belts. I'll give you their mission. So their mission is to create belts that adapt to the natural rhythm of our body, offering unmatched comfort and style. With our innovative locking system, we empower women to embrace their bodies with love. So it began with a desire to solve a common problem that so many women face, the uncomfortable fit of a standard belt during weight fluctuations. Bella Belt was born from the desire to free women from this discomfort. Our innovative automatic locking system makes the Bella Belt up to 600% more flexible than traditional belts, ensuring it always fits comfortably regardless of the day. And it looks really nice. Like I said, they have a 100-day return policy. Yeah, they still have their winter sale going on. So I wasn't gonna get the trio at first, and then I was gonna get like a black and the burgundy, whatever they call it, Merlot, I don't know what they call it. But this red one was showing out of stock, and I ended up going to look at the trios because I'm like, do I want a dark brown? Do I want light brown? Then there's like an off-white, and I could add the red to the trio. So I'm like, yes. Yeah, I'll leave them linked down below for you guys if you're interested. One last task, and I'm gonna take you through my hopes and dreams for 2026. So I'm gonna change my bed sheets, fresh bed sheets. So my intention for 2026 is make time or make excuses. And in saying that, what I mean is I want to steward my time better because I spend a lot of time on my phone and I feel like junk after it. And the time really does add up. And I started being more intentional about my time a little bit last year because I realized if nothing changes, nothing changes. So I started going to the gym after work like I used to, and I feel better about that. And I'm more productive in the evenings after that. I get that second wind. It's not like I come home and I have no energy. And if I do come home, like this happened last night, and I'm not proud of it. Got home from the gym and I don't know what I was doing. I made food, ate food, sat on my phone. I sat on my phone a lot last night and I didn't get much done. So cleaning and being productive with you guys helps a lot because I'm not on my phone. But that time, it's not just the time too that it takes, that being on your phone takes away from doing other things. It zaps my mental and creative energy. So it's a lose-lose. And in conjunction with that, for me, I'm not good at resting. And last night I sat down, I had supper. That should be restful, but if you're sitting and enjoying a movie and being on your phone, or if you're sitting and eating supper and being on your phone, or if you're sitting outside but also being on your phone, it's not restful. For me, it is not restful. So more intentional about my time, more intentional about not spending useless time on my phone, just doom scrolling, and being intentional about my resting. And so, as a follower of Jesus, I've also gotten back to thinking about, am I actually keeping a Sabbath? And the Sabbath is for us. It's good. It's intentional. It's there on purpose. And I think we easily forget that. And so for me, I'm going to play around with what works for me. But for me right now, I'm going to make Sundays my Sabbath, which may be like, well, duh. But going to church is not always the most restful thing for me. But if I make a point of resting in the afternoons, like intentionally, again, staying off my phone maybe all Sunday or most of Sunday, going out for coffee with friends after church. No, the bed's not ready. I know you want to get up here, but she loves fresh sheets. No, not yet. I'm not done yet. I hope you guys can see that. Not yet. I know you love a fresh sheet, a fresh blanket. Like last Sunday, it was just good to not be in front of a screen, even though I was painting. And once I got kind of burnt out, I could feel myself getting kind of to the end of my patience and my energy when I was painting. And I'm like, okay, I really just say I'm going to do the trim work today, and then enjoy cooking dinner or enjoy going for a WALK, and just not really have plans or like to-do lists. And so that's why Saturdays, I want to make my Saturdays more productive. So spending today, Saturday, with you guys, going to the gym during the week. And so on the weekends, right now I'm not going to the gym, which works for me. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And then enjoying my Sunday, not being overstimulated, right? And being refreshed. I think we underestimate that. And maybe y'all already do that, but I have struggled with that. And I think I've struggled to rest because I procrastinate so much and I'm so busy on my phone that I waste time, and I'm like, I still have so much to do. I don't have time to rest. And so can you see how everything is just interconnected? Because I can. So I go back to, if nothing changes, nothing changes. If you guys have New Year's resolutions, New Year's intentions, I would love to hear about them down in the comments. If you guys did a New Year's reset, let me know what it consisted of. It's okay if you didn't do a New Year's reset. You don't have to. You can reset anytime you'd like. Maybe you don't need a reset either, and that's okay. That is A-okay. And your reset doesn't have to be one day. It can be a gradual thing if you are doing one. For me, like I said, I'm just catching up on things. I need some more pillowcases, but they're in the washing machine. Or maybe they're not. Maybe? I don't know where they are. I'll find them. Don't have them right now. That's the bed for now. Okay, we're gonna do, what is this? This is gonna be the 4th load of laundry today. And then this is the laundry that needs to get folded. Oh, I forgot to show you guys. This is my gnome embroidery that I talked to you guys about. My mom helped me with it over Christmas. Aren't they cute? We had trials, but we got through them. I have a steamer that I need to find a home for. Maybe that's just the basement for now. I have a few gifts. This is not shit. This is a Santa's sleigh bread loaf pan. This is a beautiful Christmas serving plate. This is a notepad and pen and pencils. My one friend gave me this 8 Saints. Have you guys heard of them? 8 Saints. They do like, is it clean beauty, non-toxic beauty? Sample set. Aren't these so cute? I love their teeny tiny bottles. Teeny tiny bottles, and the names of them. That one is Night Shift, that navy bottle down there. And the colors of the bottles, so cute. So I've done a few of them, but to be honest, my skin, first of all, to see the difference a product makes on your skin, you have to use it consistently for, I don't know, a couple weeks, a month, possibly longer. And my skin is sensitive and it's more likely to break out when I switch to a new product. And so I'm going to slowly be going through those, but they're fun. They smell nice, they're fun. And what is also awesome is they give you a step-by-step guide. So they give you a routine to help you put products together if you don't know what you're doing, which I don't. So I will see if I can find room in the bathroom for those. And I need to vacuum the couch. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to finish my salted honey iced latte, and then we're gonna go OUT with the DOG for WALK. After I took the dog for a walk, I did more laundry, I folded the laundry, I vacuumed the couch. If you're wondering why I'm using like a floor vacuum on the couch, it's because that Shark vacuum is specifically for pet hair. I got it for me because I shed a lot, and I used to have carpet at my apartment, and so I just needed all the help I could getting hair off of the carpet, and it cleans the couch, it cleans the dog hair off the couch a lot faster and easier than my other like dustbuster handheld vacuum. So that's that. I put Harry Potter, the first Harry Potter, on in the background while I was doing laundry, just to have something on in the background, but something I can walk away from because I know what happens. So now I'm going to get started on the quiche and the Swedish oatmeal. I will tell you more about it, and then I will show you the final products. I just want to like peacefully make the things. You guys are great, but I'm not going to bring you along during the process. Just kidding, I'll bring you guys along. Hold on. All right, I need to dial in my camera, make sure the focus is where I need the focus to be. Oh, I need an SD card, that would be good. All right, SD card ready. All right, this will be my mixing bowl, and bring you into focus. And oh shoot, it's a good thing I don't need butter, but I'm going to need butter. A stick of butter I found very useful because I use manual focus on my big camera, my fancy camera. And it's the dark blue letters off of the white paper help me to get nice, crispy, clear focused right in my bowl. So here we go. We have a pie plate. Oven is preheated to 400. One ready to bake pie crust. If I told you we were gonna blind bake, we're not going to. Not today. I don't feel like it. Whoop, it's fine. We're just gonna press that back together. Plop your pie crust into your pie plate. Oops, poking holes in it. Oops. This is the only issue with nails. Do I need to grease my pan? Hold on. My friend did not, so I will not. It's okay if it doesn't look pretty. And this will not fill this pie tin. This will not fill the pie crust. So it's okay to press the crust in and down a little bit. It's okay if it's not pretty. It's gonna be pretty delicious. I will guarantee you that much. So we have that. Set that aside. Okay, we're gonna mix together mayo, flour, mix that together. We're gonna add 2 eggs. If you wanna beat your eggs first, you can do that. We have a half a cup of milk, green onion and cherry tomatoes, white cheddar cheese, 3 cloves of garlic, sun-dried tomatoes, basil, salt and pepper. Mix it all together. Then we pour it into our pie crust. See, there's a lot of pie crust left over, and that's okay. If you want, we can trim it. And maybe we'll do something special with the leftover pie crust, like some cinnamon sugar twists. That sounds nice, but we're gonna pop this in the oven. And that's gonna bake at 400 for 10 minutes, and then we'll reduce the heat. All right, let me clean up a bit, and we'll go to the Swedish oatmeal. Okay, and then our Swedish oatmeal. I have a large bowl. I'm gonna add 2.5 cups of old-fashioned oats. The recipe calls for a 1/4 cup of dried cranberries and a 1/4 cup of currants or raisins. I'm just using dried mixed berries. A 1/2 cup. So this has dried cranberries, cherries, and blueberries. And a tablespoon of sugar. Optional. We're gonna mix those together. Some of your berries might be stuck together, so maybe just go in there with your hands and break them up a little bit. Now that there's sugar on them, and my hands are gonna be all sticky, but that's okay. Next we add yogurt and milk. We're supposed to use plain vanilla yogurt. I'm going to be using Greek. And I'm actually using the honey vanilla Greek yogurt from Aldi. Then we need 1.5 cups of milk. The recipe has us using skim milk. I don't use skim milk, but you can if you want. Stir it well. Get all those oats mixed in. And this is going to sit for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, we're going to dice a green apple. Be sure not to dice it too early, else it'll start to turn brown. I diced mine a little too early. And we're supposed to add a medium banana, but I don't want to, so we're not going to. Stir it all up so you can see it's already getting thick. And it's only been 15 minutes. Also, the Greek yogurt is a little thicker than plain yogurt, so that could be contributing. If you want to thin it out, you can absolutely add a little extra milk. The green apple is gonna bring a little bit of tang to your oats, even though the Greek yogurt is also doing that. So add in your apple and your banana if you want to. And this is going to sit for another 15 to 30 minutes. I'm only gonna do 15 because it's already thick. Depending on the timing of the quiche too, we'll see. But this, you're gonna have this, unless you're feeding an army, this will last you several days, at least, possibly a week. And we're going to toast some slivered almonds in the meantime. Well, my quiche is ready. It might have been ready a little bit ago, but I just stabbed it and made sure my knife came out clean. So this is delicious when it's cold, like straight out of the fridge when you've leftovers. It's great at room temperature. It's actually suggested to be served at room temperature. And then you need to wait at least 10 minutes before cutting it, but it's delicious. I got distracted with the quiche and I almost burnt the nuts, but we didn't. They are toasted, I will say that. They are toasted. I'll set the quiche aside. I'm gonna be having breakfast for supper. That's okay. These are gonna be delicious. I'm gonna set this aside and get out our oats. I don't remember setting a timer for the oats, but we're going with it. Okay, our scrummy oats. Let's see how thick these are. Oh yeah, these boys are thick. It's gonna be great. Okay. This would be great for breakfast or a snack, however much you want. I have some chopped strawberries, some fresh blueberries, some toasted almonds for crunch, healthy fats. See, that one got a little dark. It's fine. Roll them over. Bon appetit. What do you think? I don't even know if it's in focus. I need my butter. That's good. All right, let's give her a taste test. I'm very excited. I think these are gonna be great. We'll get a little bit of everything in there. This is chunky. This is chunky. If you like overnight oats, you'll like these. It's not super sweet. The nuttiness of the almonds and the crunch of the almonds, I'm not usually a nut person, but it's nice in here. And the sweetness of the fresh fruit is also very nice. So I might add more sugar, but also if you're adding the banana, you're gonna have extra sweetness, so play around with it. Give them a go. Let me know what you think. What would you do differently? Yum, yum, yum. I love the chewiness of the dried fruit. That's very satisfying. Isn't she gorgeous? I don't have a pie server, which feels wrong. I don't want it to break. Okay, see that cross section? It's soft now, but it will hold together more. That's so good. It has been a productive day. I got caught up on a lot of cleaning, laundry, the bathroom, the kitchen. I cleared off some stuff from my flat surfaces in the dining room. That's the remaining area that has stuff that needs to be taken care of. I got some meal prep done and got 2 more recipes recorded for my other YouTube channel, so those can go up in the future. And I think today was a good day. There was, right around the time I was doing the budget, I was feeling a little worn out, and I think it was really good that we went for a walk, got outside, got some fresh air. So I'm gonna hang out, enjoy my oatmeal and my quiche and just hang out for the rest of the evening. So thanks so much for spending the day with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content from me, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it.